Welcome to Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Today we have Dragos Cristian.
Oh yes, I have returned to the podcast. I have been here in the first episode. I'm now here at episode. Did we do another one before this?
No? Oh no, we did one in Barcelona.
Okay, yeah, that's one.
Yeah,
so
in
it's
Barcelona.
been 20 episodes or something?
Which one?
20 episodes since the last one, right? It's been a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, pretty much 20 episodes.
Barcelona, that was May. I was in the pandemic. We went there to do shows. Now it's 1st of October for those of you.
1st of October. It's officially autumn. It's getting to comedy weather. You know?
Yeah.
People want to be inside.
Yeah, we're vaccinated.
We're vaccinated.
Today we're moving to 2G for some of our shows.
Berghain is opening today inside for the first time in over a year. I have a lot to do this weekend. I really shouldn't.
Yeah, I feel like I'm too old by the end of the shows to like even do something. I had a friend of mine that was visiting last week from Singapore, and then basically they went out to all the clubs, to all the stuff, all the parties. Like, yeah, fucking Hasenheide,
Berlin is alive.
exactly. Yeah, and you're like, you're gonna come. It's like, but by the end of the evening, I'm gonna go home and like maybe watch something on.
Yeah, but you're super busy, man. Like you're not just doing shows. You're full time working on your content online, your online presence. There's a lot that you're doing.
I'm literally just now as we're speaking, I'm waiting for the September special to process and go on my YouTube, which is just a lot of crowd work that I've been doing at the shows. But yeah, it's very busy.
You're super busy. Yeah, I like how I say, like, I probably shouldn't go to Berghain. There's no way I'd get into Berghain today anyway. Like
It's so packed.
Dude, it'll be like guest list and everybody who knows everybody there.
Right.
Like there's no way I would get in.
Right.
I think the average person will not get in
Today, yeah.
unless you're connected.
I mean, it might take like maybe a week or two actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
there's so many.
I wouldn't be trying to get into Berghain. I'd try next weekend. I think this weekend is extremely optimistic.
But when would you go? Would you go like Saturday in the morning or Sunday in the morning?
If they're opening up fully, like they usually have their schedule where they don't close from Friday through till like Monday morning, I would go like Sunday morning.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Or
yeah.
I'd try Saturday night after a show. But I'll probably try Friday night because I've got shows on Sundays early and.
And who would you go there with? Let's get sexual.
I've never had sex in Berghain.
Really?
No way. And never have I had anyone want to have sex with me there. It's a very gay space, which is cool.
Okay.
It's a very male gay space.
So if I go there, would I have people like, hey man, what's up? Like slip one into the.
Look, they would probably
Slip a finger in my mouth while I'm not paying attention.
Yes, or give you a little bit of a rubby rub on the poo hole.
On the poo hole. Okay.
Yeah, they might attack your anus a little bit. No, but it's not so rapey. But like there is a bit of a problem with like consent.
Consent there?
In
There's no
that
consent?
culture, like in the clubbing, gay culture. Like there was that story about the guy who died in a Berghain dark room.
Really?
Toilet.
What happened?
Yeah.
Drug overdose or?
Overdose, but he was like fucked to death.
Really? He was fucked to death?
Yeah, there was definitely drugs involved, but
Wow.
Yeah, really nasty. Like he died whilst he was
Getting railed.
Plowed.
Rammed.
Rammed.
I wonder if the guy that was inside him
had any idea.
Yeah, like I wonder like how long did it take him to realize that?
Or if not, if he just pulled out, like came and then left.
Yeah,
and had no idea.
He just came in a dead body.
Came in and has no idea about it, and still to this day probably doesn't even remember.
Wow, maybe he fought like when his soul left his body. Maybe he like the whole butt. Does it clench? Well, does your butt clench when you die, or does it?
I think it loosens.
Yeah, he was like, oh, he must have came as well. That's probably why he fought, right?
But does a butthole loosen when it comes?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering.
You don't know anal sex?
I mean, afterwards, basically, if you come, everything relaxes, right?
Sure. Like I have recent experiences of anal, and I don't think that the butthole releases. I think there's movement.
If you come.
Yeah.
From your vagina.
From the butt.
You come from the butt?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. But does anything squirt out or
from the butt? It's such a
you
great
come
sentence.
from the butt.
You come from the butt.
You come from the butt. It's very Shakespearean.
There's the anal, like the actual anus, like when you enter, there's a lot of nerve endings there that can cause you to climax.
Some of the most sensitive nerve endings in the world, I hear.
Super, super sensitive. But then where men come through anal sex, like if it's not the actual anal ring,
prostate, no?
It's from the prostate. Obviously, women don't have that.
The anal ring.
The anal ring. I just coined that. The
That's
anal
pretty
ring.
good, yeah. Anal ring.
I'm married.
The anal. Oh, I've got to put a ring on that dick. Yes, the anal ring.
The anal ring, only that one. The where a woman comes when she has anal sex, if it's not from the anal ring, is where, because the penis will be stimulating the G spot
from the inside.
From the other side, the G spot or the what is it, the aphornix, there's this higher up spot.
I'm pretty sure I've seen some porn where they're like anal orgasm or something of the sorts.
Yeah, I definitely, like, I experienced that last week.
Really?
Yeah. And it's happened before. Like, I do,
Okay.
I can climax from anal sex with.
How long does it take though?
Like, to get there?
Yeah.
It's actually a much faster orgasm than a vaginal.
Really?
For me, yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's so intense, and it's so like.
The anal ring orgasm.
The anal ring orgasm, but also the orgasm that it's coming from, like, the stimulation of the parts of my vagina through
From inside.
Yeah.
It's like is it mental though? It has to be mental. I was like, oh my god, I'm like, you know, like Nikki Glaser was talking on that podcast, I'm such a whore.
No, I don't feel like a massive whore when I'm having anal.
Because she was saying that the reason why she was coming so hard is because the mental vision of, oh
like,
my god,
I'm so bad.
Exactly.
I'm so bad. I'm so. There's I guess that's a part of it. You know, I think that's why anal is so fetishized. You know, people fucking love it. Like people, and it gets people more excited because it is this. And there's an element of danger, I guess, the danger of
poopy
poop. So there's
classic brown dick. We've all been there.
Classic brown dick. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Happens.
It totally does. Like, you can't, even if you douche, you can't guarantee clean anal.
I think even you have to do like an enema to have like proper clean.
Well, that's a douche.
Oh, that's a douche. Okay.
But like an enema, I think, is actually from like you take laxatives and then you also wash it out.
I did that when I did my colonoscopy.
So you've did you try anal after that?
I did not, but I did wiggle my finger in there and be like, oh, this is pretty clean.
This is very clean.
This is wow wow wee wow. Wow.
So you put your finger in there. When you did that, did you lubricate?
Because I wanted to make sure, like, basically I was in the shower and I wanted to make sure I'm going to the doctor. I don't want it to be any like leftovers there. So I was like, let me just scrape that up, but there was nothing to scrape. Leftovers, yeah. Let me get those leftovers out. Let me get that hakiki kebab out of there.
So disgusting.
By the way, delicious hakiki kebab. The guys at Neukölln station, they know how to make a kebab.
They really I'll need to go there now that I'm eating anything. Like, I just don't give a shit right now. I'm having a holiday from morals.
That's great. That should be a name of your special.
The name of my special?
Holiday from morals.
Holiday from morals. Yeah.
That's great. I'm having I'm on break.
I'm on break, man. Like, anything goes right now.
So this anal situation, was it prompted by the partner, or were you like, hey man, can you just like put it up in there, bro?
Look, I like anal, but it usually my rule is my rule was, and I was telling this guy, my rule has been.
I've just broken my rule for you. Did you do that? You broke it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, it was
from morals.
I was like, no, it was more like he doesn't fit into the rule. So it's not a rule that I've decided he fits somewhere else. But it's a rule that it's more like I assessed my behavior and I was like, oh, this seems to be when I do this.
Right.
And so usually there's a party happening next door.
Yeah, these guys are fucking murdering the game.
They are. Yeah.
I think it should be, if it pops up, guys, that's basically someone's having a birthday next door.
Or it's Friday and they're just having Feierabend beers. So anyway, my rule was assessing my previous behaviors was that I only have anal with people that I feel really secure with, like who I know love me and I feel safe and I love them, or people who I do not give a fuck about.
Okay.
Like, really don't. Like, really
different
don't.
Sides of the spectrum there.
Very different sides. That's
interesting.
So it's like, because the thing is, if I care about someone, if I feel secure, then I know that they won't give a shit if there's shit on their dick, you know.
So the question here is, where do good guys fall in this spectrum? Because like guys are like okay, but not loved ones.
Yeah.
So basically,
they don't get anal.
They don't get anal, but bad boys, complete shitbags, they do get it.
Maybe. Yes. Only if I really don't give a shit about them. Like, I need to not want, and it's a deep psychological thing, I need to know in my deepest heart that there is no future with that bad boy.
Right.
And then I'll be like,
fucking
I won't be like, oh no,
bash
no.
my
I won't be like, no, that's too soon. Like, I'll just be like, yeah, okay.
Let's do it. Get in there. Get the plow out.
Yeah, the lube's in the bedside table. Like, Keep that moist.
See, guys, just don't be too nice.
Don't be
or be either extremely good, nice, lovable, or extremely bad.
But the thing is, like the really, the thing is, the good guys that end up being in a relationship, they will get anal if they want it.
Did you hear that, guys?
It's not like the prize, right? It's not the most.
Prize.
A lot of guys don't like it.
Yeah,
like I had a boyfriend that didn't want it, and I was like, I think that is because you're closet gay.
Really?
And he was too scared.
You were like too scared?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, I've had anal sex. Like, not all of my partners have been really into it, but like I like it, but I'm not gonna be like, stick it in my ass. Like,
Right,
I'm
right.
not
It's
gonna
not like, hey man, the first thing on the menu.
No.
I'll have the Chateaubriand and the anal destruction.
Exactly.
the Chateaubriand. The anal destruction.
Exactly. Like, it's not, I don't want it straight, and I don't want it to be that we always fucking do it. I like also that someone can come from my vagina, from plant, and that I can also have a vaginal orgasm. Like, that's important.
You're more of a seasonal anal kind of girl.
I like variety,
Right,
like variety is the spice of life. That was what I was taught in my first grade at school, and I think it's colored everything that I do.
I'm assuming it was in the context of anal.
Yeah.
Wasn't the same. Well, kids, when it comes to sexual encounters, variety is the spice of life. Yes, put a little bit of paprika in your anus.
Like, don't just focus on the vag. Variety. There's also the
so,
anus.
okay, when you say variety, does that mean like cuffs or like leather or like leashes? Leashes? There's been some talk of leashes in the past.
I would do all of that stuff if someone had it already, or if someone was like,
you don't want to start buying it.
I bought you this, or hey, let's go shopping together. I want to get kinky, and then I'll be like, fuck yeah. But I'm quite passive on these things that I'm not going to instigate it.
Right. You don't want to like. But someone comes over and is like, look, Anna, I got you a leash and a butt plug.
And I'll be like, fuck, this is amazing.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah. And I'll be like, this is taking us to the next level. I feel seen.
But you don't think that's like, I don't know, like too presumptuous or abusive or like?
There's nothing abusive. It's an offer.
Or if they take the initiative on it, they're like, well, look.
Yeah, that's super cool. If they take the
initiative. We
initiative.
have it here. We don't have to use it, but we have it here.
Exactly. Like, I would be super down for that. Like, with my ex-husband, he wanted to buy like a few things. Mm-hmm. It was like, it was just like a vibrator.
Okay.
Because I didn't have one, and he wanted to get me that, and then we went to a few sex shops, but we didn't really. We had like a riding whip, and I had like a feather tickler, but I would be like. I'm super open to experimenting things. My issue is that I don't usually, it's not an issue, I just don't take the lead on it.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to put time into that because I don't see sex as a hobby.
Right.
It's something that like you can have fun without all the trinkets.
So what do you see it as? You just see it as a physical necessity or what?
Sex. Mm-hmm. I think it's a core part of your life, energy and existence. Like, there's what you eat. There's your diet.
It's just like
there's
physiological need.
What you creatively, like what you output creatively. So, comedy, writing, music, whatever. There's, but like sex is like a core part of your health.
Right.
Like, it's a core part of, I don't know, it's bigger than a hobby. And so for me, I just think, investing in toys and stuff, I think that's going to be something that comes in my later years. I think when I do eventually, and I do want to eventually settle down with someone, I think that's when it will be like, all right, let's get the costumes, get the whips, let's get the chains, Right. Have you ever bought any of these things or done these, like, played with these toys and stuff?
So basically before, like when I was in Singapore, there was this girl at the time that had like a whole fucking trunk of stuff. And that she just brought them and I was like, okay, well, let's just use them. And I think it was like her kink. Mm-hmm. But I brought some stuff. Just like vibrators and stuff.
Yeah.
But nothing too. I was actually thinking, should I get some leashes or something? I was like, depending.
I think a leash, I think that's super. I want to explore more with the dom sub thing. For sure.
Because again, it's kind of like, and I think to be honest, a lot of it. I don't know how much of it is coming from porn. And by the way, the porn industry at the moment has blown up aggressively. Like, everybody, do a little bit of masturbation there, but it's mostly a lot of times it's a de-stressing mechanism, right? At the moment I feel quite stressed. So like
de-stressing, yeah.
Well, I just need to kind of like
not distressing, but
de-stress. I just need to like just relax, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like I have a difficulty relaxing. Sometimes I just, whip it out and get some porn in. And I'm just, sometimes I'm just like looking at the amount of like amateur porn on the internet at the moment. And it's like, so I'm thinking that definitely is increasing the level of, it's reducing inhibitions across the board, I think.
Okay.
For what I'm seeing there. And it's,
what's the kind of porn that you're seeing
it's a lot
saturating?
it's a lot amateur, but basically.
But what's in the amateur? Like, are we talking just
more anal? There's definitely more anal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even searching for it, but it's there. So
Yeah.
I feel like the internet has been pushing me a lot of anal recently.
It knows what you like too, though.
Been also, there's a lot of, maybe, but it's like, cause I go to like, incognito mode, I go to Pornhub and I just see what's, it shows me most popular in this country.
Okay, so maybe it's a German thing.
Maybe it's a German thing. You think it's a German thing?
Maybe. Although that said, like, I don't know, like a lot of Latinos that I know are massive. Like, but when I say Latino, I mean anyone that speaks like a romantic language, like a Roman-based language.
I think it's definitely getting pushed. So there's a lot more OnlyFans creators that are ending up on Pornhub at the moment. There's the OnlyFans creator, and there's also the Pornhub, the porn tuber.
Tuber. Mm-hmm.
This is like the term now, right? Where they have so what happens is they make some porn, and then they have the OnlyFans on the side if you want to send requests or if you want to basically watch them live, like private shows.
Yep.
So they make money out of that. A lot of it is basically, I think it's coming, and I was thinking about this, it's a weird situation. A lot of it's coming from like third world countries, right? Like Russia, like Latin America. It's very amateur, very stuff. So I was thinking it is, I was reading a book about resource extraction from Latin America recently. Okay. So I was wondering, is this another form of resource extraction? Like, it's the basically the sex from this part of the world is being consumed by the Western world, right? Something of the sorts. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no. That sounds very plausible, and it makes total sense. And again, it's like there's an income, there's a disparity, and there's an exploitation going on there. But I also wonder how many people are really like. I feel like the more people I speak to, the fewer people I know that really consume porn regularly. Like really.
Maybe they're just not very honest about it. But like.
No, but people who say like I stopped porn. Like I just meet so many people who are like I don't use porn.
So what do they do?
And
are these women or men?
These are men.
Men.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
And even women as well that are just like, no, I don't really use it. And even I've noticed, I've said it before, but I really prefer playing around with my brain and seeing what I fantasize about than going to, a pre-made video. Like it's not.
But so the thing is, a lot of these pre-made videos that are out there, they're not professional, they're like amateur, which makes it even more. I don't know, gives it that the voyeurism element of it. It's like okay, and there's a lot of couples, just like married couples, that are professional amateur porn professional amateur porn guys. They're just making a lot of porn out there, and it's always the same them and doing different kind of scenarios. So I'm like, interesting, but it doesn't seem like there's an element of shame, because I guess if you're doing it with your husband and you're making money out of it, it's kind of like there's no exploitation.
Totally.
It's like we're just having sex and recording it and making money. What's the problem?
You know what? I think the reason why I haven't been watching porn is just because I don't have any internet at home at the moment.
Maybe that's the reason there.
And also I've been having lots of sex.
That's good. Okay, let's ask you a question.
Yeah.
Would you, let's say you're married, you're in a very committed relationship.
Okay.
Would you film your porn and then sell it online?
It depends on the person I'm married to, right?
Yeah, and he's okay with it.
If you were okay with it, I have considered getting into porn in the past with my ex-husband, and the reason why
in Australia.
In Australia, and I don't want to do that because I it's also like it's a bit different, but I think it's related. Sex work in general, I want to get paid for what I want to get paid for.
Right.
And so I want to get paid for my comedy. And I want money to be given to, like, I want, that to be my skill.
Right.
And I want that thing that gives me joy to be what pays me and what I'm really good at.
But sex gives you joy and you can be really good at it. And if it's with your loved one.
But at the same time, that can stay private, and I could make more money from comedy, for example.
True.
I want to make, have my income from something that I'm proud of.
So would you
and I take
say
joy from.
You wouldn't be proud of your porn?
I think it's more like I've articulated it better in the past, but it's like I know that my true skill set for getting paid is, let's say, hosting shows or producing something or whatever.
More of a rare skill.
And so whereas like, of course, like I'm competing with so many people. If I put my porn out there, how much money am I really gonna make?
Okay,
and
let me put this scenario over there. You're a famous comedian.
Yep.
You're great making money out of this, but then your fans are like, can you also do a little amateur porn and we'll pay you extra?
And I'd be like, I don't think the paying extra is going to pay me enough. Like if it was like, we will pay you, if it was OnlyFans, if it was private content, and if the price was right.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was actually thinking about this as well. So would I, because I'm watching all this stuff and I'm like, okay, this seems like this getting stigmatized. And I was like, what would be the issue doing it? So I was like, yeah, I think Yeah, and depending on the time, the time that this would happen, the price depends, of course. Yeah.
But if it were, at the same time, it's like who I would do it with, how do I really feel about it? Because it's so much more vulnerable,
right?
Than of course, comedy. People think comedy is extremely vulnerable, and it is, right? But your insides and your body, it's like, do I want to sell that, or do I want to keep that for myself?
I mean, technically, you have control of what you put out, right? Because you can so you can view the video before you put it out. If it's
for sure, but it's still going to involve parts of my naked body, and it's still going to involve authentic reactions to sexual stimulation. And that's not what I want to make money from. But yeah, I'd cross that bridge when I got to it. But I don't know. It depends. Yeah. And if my partner was really into it, that might even put me more off it. You know what I mean?
If you want to do it. Yeah, just as an intellectual exercise, I was thinking.
Yeah, you know what though? If it was if a famous, if a famous, beautiful actor or porn star wanted to do it with me.
Yeah.
That would be different, I think.
Do you think this is more flattering, or?
Yeah, and it's more exciting to fuck a porn star or a famous actor that I find super attractive. I think that's more interesting.
Gives you more buzz. Yeah. You think they'll sell more tickets on the shows?
It's just a sales, man.
Having a sex tape up, that's the next marketing.
But they're a sex tape with someone that's super, if Pete Davidson came to me and was like, let's do a sex tape. And I'll be like, fuck yeah.
Because it's safer, his... Lifting the attention goes to him more than to you? Or?
Yes, but also it's I'd get the opportunity to have sex with someone that's super hot. That's for work purposes.
Right. Yeah, interesting.
I don't know. But I think it's very different. The porn thing is very different to say it's actually not that different. If Pete Davidson wanted to have sex with me for porn, technically, I would be his sex worker if he were approaching me and he wanted to have sex with me.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, it could be a partnership as well.
It could be, and
partnership. Yeah. It's not yo, bitch, what's up? Here's $20,000. Let's fuck.
Yeah, if it was Jeff Ross and he was here's $2 million.
Yeah.
I mean, then I'm your whore and make it 4.
Yeah, make it 4. Yeah, exactly. There you go. You write that down. That's a bit.
Oh, Jeff Ross. But what a legend. Yeah, that's interesting that you've been thinking about this. I haven't thought about porn.
I think as I was trying to write some jokes about it, I didn't know exactly what they're actually taking in, but I'm this is I'm watching it and I'm watching the porn and I'm kind of happy for them.
Yeah.
I'm good for you. You're having sex with your wife, with your thing.
Is this the feeling you want when you watch porn? Good for you.
Good for you. This is everybody's getting something out of this.
Okay, that's not. Yeah, no, true. You do see some where you're just oof.
Yeah, because you see the old porn where you're fuck, how many dicks has she had this week and how unhappy is she and there's a lot of depression and people are super unhappy.
And there are some where it's the way the guy is treating the woman. It's there's not even a story that's justifying that level of rudeness and disrespect.
And then sometimes that, I see I was following this porn star a while back, and then basically you see them when they come into the industry, and they progressively become more beaten down. Now they have implants, there's scars under the tits. I'm wow, what did you do, man? Yeah. What you fell down the rabbit hole,
and it hasn't been.
You see the like the external factors, the peer pressure. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like,
And potentially, probably, I don't know, like drugs come into it.
yeah, I think so. Drugs as well.
I think
and
drugs
I'm like,
do.
yeah, and it's like, well, it's no longer fun for me at the moment.
Exactly. Like I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch that. Sorry, your demise is not sexy anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Your downfall. Yeah, like you're spiraling into like.
Speaking of porn stars, though, do you know anything about what's happening with Sasha Grey? Because she was fucking.
I think a lot of them kind of basically started their own businesses. They kind of went out. I'm not sure exactly what happened. They also.
Because she was fascinating.
Riley Reid as well. She like left the industry for some reason. I was never watching them that much. But I think I know that there was a couple of them that left the industry because they were just like there's too much.
Yeah.
It's just too much. It's like the spiral thing became like, and there was this one girl that ended up killing herself.
Yeah.
I forgot what her name was. But
there's just so much amateur porn. How is anyone going to actually be making money?
Yeah.
You know, like it's saturated. So it's like, what's going to happen with the porn industry now?
Well, I think it's just going to become decentralized and it's going to become these small little creators, right? Like that joke I have about the vlogging porn, about the going around and doing like different kinds. That's interesting. And then I think, they're all moving to like the OnlyFans model because like they can make more money there, right?
Yeah.
Because they control the money flow to them. Before it was like the agents, the fucking porn company, Bang Bros, whatever the fuck it was, right? So you didn't get access to it. So a lot of it's moving to like the paywall, which is great because if you have already a fan base, they want to see more of you and, they can see more and you can make more money.
But I guess all of the big sites are still going to be using all of this free amateur porn that people are... I don't know, like, there's still a lot of...
I think there is like, for example, Pornhub, I think there is an incentive. Like, Pornhub is now becoming a platform where you can actually subscribe to this particular creator, like a Patreon.
Okay.
A Patreon of sorts, yeah. So they are the platform, they're taking some part of the money, but...
I'm so out of the loop with this. Okay.
Yeah.
Thankfully. Like, I don't want to be up to date with this.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I watch porn maybe like once a day.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, sometimes if I'm too tired and I can't go to bed, whip it out.
I'll masturbate before I fall asleep, to help me fall asleep.
Yeah, same. It's like just I need to, I can't stay awake till like 3 a.m. Especially sometimes when I come home from a show and basically I'm off the buzz of a show. Like my brain is like, because it's been firing on all cylinders, especially when I'm hosting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't go to bed.
This is what this is what drinking helps with for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me more tired, and so I'm usually able to sleep. I don't know. I'm trying to think recently when I've come home buzzed, but I'm usually able to quiet I usually journal before I go to sleep. So I put down all of the positive memories from the day so that I remember them longer.
Even if you drink?
Even if I drink, yeah. Well, I don't always get drunk. I'll have 2 beers and then I come home. But then, often if I'm feeling a little bit awake, then I will masturbate. But I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'm getting stimulated enough at the moment that I haven't been masturbating that
much. Like once a week or what? We're talking about, what are the numbers we're talking here?
God, I hope no one listens to this.
Your mom?
No one. Like,
okay.
Nobody that I've been seeing.
That's fine. It's normal. I just said once a day. That's normal.
Masturbating? Yeah. I was talking about sex. Like,
no. I'm talking about no, I'm asking about masturbating.
Yeah, masturbating. I would say I masturbate at least once every 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and it's normal. That's like the healthy amount.
Yeah, but I usually don't use it's only in really desperate situations that I'll pull up Reddit.
Right.
Otherwise, it'll be like.
Chris Rock used to have a massive porn problem.
I bet.
Porn addiction, yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why he ended up breaking up with his wife.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What would that look like? You just masturbate, you're just looking at porn and you're masturbating multiple times in the day?
Yeah, I guess so. You just fall down the rabbit hole of like watching porn and you're constantly just jerking off and then by the time your wife's home or whatever, you don't have any more, I don't know.
Well, I don't think that would have been the issue.
Yeah, I think there was also, they had like 2 kids and they were like in their 50s, so.
Yeah,
and it's probably some more drama, and there was no more love.
Like he's just constantly in the ensuite bathroom,
Yeah, I think it's just like anyway, him had that, and then Terry Crews had like a big problem with porn.
I don't know who that is.
Terry Crews is the big guy from Brooklyn Nine.
Oh, okay.
The big black guy with the muscles.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. He also apparently had like a massive porn addiction problem.
Yeah. Where are the women with porn addiction problems?
I don't think they're as public, but I'm pretty sure there are some.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of. I remember reading a Reddit thread about how just constantly.
I think that's the.
But the thing is, I think as a woman, you also just go and just fuck a lot of guys because it's easier.
It's not easier than masturbating. No, like I've gone through periods where I've masturbated a lot. Like a lot might be like, twice a day,
That's not a lot.
when I've had a boyfriend, and that's been like, you know.
When I was in university, I hit like 12 times a day at some points.
12 times a day.
It's a bruising dick right there.
Jesus Christ. Like at uni, I definitely, like when I study, I get super horny if I'm studying.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there and
Yeah,
like,
and
there's my hands and there's...
Alone in your room, yeah.
And there you are at a table and it's like, oh, look at that. There's a vagina there. Oh, nipples. Hello.
Sometimes, yeah, it was again, like you don't know, you don't have like proper measures of dealing with stress, and there's no education how to deal with stress.
No.
So it was just like, you know.
Like meditation wasn't being taught
like,
or...
I think one day I jerked off so hard, like I could see my little string start to bleed.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I think it was like 2011 or something. 2012, 2010?
Bleeding Strings, that's the name of your special.
Yeah, Bleeding Strings.
I also think maybe I'm masturbating less because of Buddhism, like because of
Buddhism?
Because of Buddhism.
Buddhist philosophy has allowed me to find internal pleasure by...
But when I am stressed, I've got different techniques, you know. I don't go straight to like my clitoris. That's not... But also I feel a little bit of pressure with masturbation at the moment, because when I just masturbate, like the thing is women have different ways of orgasming, right? So it's like I can sit and focus, like I can just have a clitoral masturbation, or I can have a G-spot masturbation, or I could play around with my butt,
but it's still like...
It's usually too much work.
It's still, yeah, I was gonna say, it's still like 20-30 minutes of time investment, right?
No. Well, when I'm slow, like when I've got a lot of thoughts going through my head, then yeah, it's 20-30 minutes. Right. But like, you know, I would like to think that I could focus and do it within under 20 minutes, 15 minutes. But I also just get frustrated sometimes. I'm just like, come on, man, like Anna, focus. And then like, then why? And I never want to give up on a masturbation session. That's the worst.
Yeah, because just leave it.
No, just it's like how much like I'm failing myself, you know. It's like even I can't get me there. Fuck off. But it's funny I'm saying that I'm masturbating less because I'm having more sex. But like I'm not coming with everybody that I'm having sex with, and they're all very good at what they're doing. Right. It's just early days with them, and so I'm not orgasming that often.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I need to go to the restroom.
Oh no! Yeah. All right, let's take a restroom break.
Small break.
All right, let's do it. Okay, back from the toilet.
It was a good journey. I came back successful. Nothing too complex. Easy in, easy out.
You didn't take your phone, did you?
No, I took my phone. Yeah, I didn't jerk off with me. Not enough time.
No bleeding strings today.
No bleeding strings.
No bleeding strings. Yeah. So what else? We haven't. Yeah. We actually haven't been seeing each other that often, which has been sad.
Yeah. I mean, you've moved closer now, so it's pretty easier.
Yeah. We need to do something about that. Today's the first day we've really seen each other. I don't know where to go from there. I was thinking a little bit on the like my experience last night with a male comedian telling me that what I really need is a boyfriend and a stable relationship. You are now, we make it public that you are in a something?
Oh yeah, I'm in a relationship. Yes.
Yeah.
Stable, very good. Things going well. It's almost close, coming up to 9 months, I guess, almost a year.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's very fulfilling. I'm having a good time.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's very there's a lot of harmony. It's a lot of harmony, and it's creatively beneficial as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a lot of exposure to new stuff in terms of like cinema and learning new things, and it's good so far, so good.
That's awesome.
So
what would you say? Like, someone is telling me, Anna, what you really need. So I had these 2 days actually. In one day, I had these two very different responses. Okay, so the second response that I had is this male comedian telling me, Anna, what you need is you need a relationship. I mean, you need to settle down.
The problem with a lot of these people giving advice, they don't have expertise. They have fake expertise, right? Because their life is in shambles.
Oh,
so like, what the fuck are you giving me advice? Like, I've stopped taking advice from people that have like their life in chaos. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like every day I feel like I'm doing better than this person. You know, like it's not hard. But
like when I was
go on.
I was getting advice from like people doing comedy. No, you should do this, bro. You should the fuck up.
Yeah,
you're like what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, who are you to give advice is always dangerous, and it should always be, could I give you, like, this is my experience. Maybe you'll find it useful, but I didn't take on what this guy was saying to me. It did mess me up a little bit as I got home, and I felt a little bit, I started feeling a little bit like I was failing at things, because getting feedback like that, like, you know, it creeps into your, even if I discredit this person, advice or ability to give advice, it still kind of creeps into your thinking. And then it's like, oh, I haven't spoken to my parents for a while, and maybe, like, yeah, I'm having this really nice free time right now, but maybe I am just like accepting that no one really loves me, and then it's like, no, Anna, no. But that same day, earlier, I met up with two girlfriends who do know me. Like, my oldest friend, we've known each other for 14 years. And then one of her friends as well, and we've known each other for like, yeah, at least like 5 years. And they were like, Anna, you look so happy, and it's so great that you're meeting all these new people and having like these sort of affairs, or these like love experiences with different people, and you're not stressed about, and you're not in a relationship, because you're always in relationships. So this is really great for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is like the person that has like 0.5% of the data, and they're giving this stuff out. Bro, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like you, what do you really, what you need is to shut the fuck up. That's why I've stopped. Like, a lot of people they have no idea what I'm talking about.
And the thing is, I think a lot of people, because I come off as very confident, right. You know, like I can the way I can communicate sometimes can be like, I seem like I feel like I know I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm not. Like, I just sound confident, right? I'm very good at sounding confident. Doesn't mean that's how I feel. And because of that, and being a woman who's on stage saying like really, really open, vulnerable stuff, like, you know, about love and sex and everything, I feel like it emboldens certain people to give advice, and to see me as some kind of broken case. And it's like, dude, like, or see me as like, someone that needs, you know, like, oh, Anna, you're too confident, you know, and you've got all these problems. I hear that on stage, and you know what you should do. And it's like,
a lot of this time, it's like, if you track it down to the person that's giving the advice, and maybe, you know, this case I know I'm right, but in the other cases, it's always some insecure guy who's trying to put other people down, right? Yeah. It's like it's the projection of their mental state.
Totally,
It's always some. It's never like a girl coming over and be like, "Hey, what you really need is to, you know, find some." Yeah, no. It's always some guy that's trying to project his insecurity, like he's feeling threatened by by like you doing, like, there's always something inside, right?
Yeah, totally. And it's a lot of projection. You're spot on. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it messed with me for a second, and then I was like, no, I know what I'm doing, and I'm really excited about everything that's, you know, with new shows and new venues and everything that's happening. There's a real momentum building.
Everybody's trying to waste their time, and this is what this guy's doing.
Oh man, people fucking, yeah. It's funny, last night hanging out after the show, and I just ended up talking business, basically. Like, those were the best conversations I had. Right. Organizing stuff with Shahak, and plotting some things with Ori. And and it's like, all the rest of the stuff was really just like time wasting.
No, it's true. I mean, to be honest, look, it's fine to have a conversation, but I've got stuff to do, and you're not adding value.
Yeah.
And the reality of the matter, this might sound harsh, but if you're not adding value, then you're subtracting value.
Exactly. And just because I've got a glass of wine in my hand doesn't mean that I'm not going to be discerning of my company, you know, like, no, fuck off. Like, this one guy came into the bar late, wasn't there for the show. He was standing at the bar. We were all sitting around. It was sort of the last, like, before the last 4 comedians. It was like the last maybe 6 people, 7 people. And he's like, oh, there was this guy's at the bar, and he comes over. He's like, oh, there was a comedy show. And he starts talking. He was like, oh, I really want to see more comedy. You know, what's the scene like? And he's just sat down, and he's like asking, and it's fine, but he's like interject and wanting info. From a group of people that he's never met
before, yeah.
And then he starts explaining to me how he saw Aziz Ansari by accident in New York one time, and he was like, like, I think professional comedians are just like amateur comedians, you know, because he invited me to like the improv club afterwards, and he was standing on stage with his notebook, and he's testing stuff out, and some stuff didn't work, and, you know, like, stand up, like, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, I was just like, all right. So what's your question, dude? Like, what are you, like you've just sat down with a bunch of comedians and.
I think there's a line here between being unfriendly and also like having, because people hijack your conversation,
all the time.
Like, bro, you just hijack. Like, I've had a couple of moments at the Caracas a couple of days back, and I'm like, sorry, we're having a conversation.
Yeah,
it's a private conversation.
Yeah,
and they're like, okay, sorry, that's it. I can't wait for you to tell me because we had a guy, like, I was talking to Simon about something about Caracas, and we're talking some stuff, and we're like, right in the conversation, this guy comes in, I just moved in from Madrid, and it's so good to be. Oh, look, bro, I appreciate enthusiasm, but we're having a private conversation. Can you like?
But I appreciate that you're excited about stand-up comedy. You've just met some comedians. Yeah. Yes, we could give you some information, but we're actually here and we're having a conversation. Yeah. And at one point, this guy was like, he said some other stuff that was just like he was trying to explain comedy to me. There was one point where he was trying to explain, how joke writing works, and I was like, are you explaining how joke writing works? And he was like, oh yeah, well, because I saw, and I was like, and then I was just like looking away with my eyes wide open, and a few other comedians saw me and they were like, you okay? And I was like, and then this guy was like, am I bothering you? I'm like, well,
a little bit.
Yeah,
you just told me how to do comedy with no experience in comedy. Maybe you should kill yourself.
No, but I was just like, I was having conversations with other people. I understand you're interested, but yes, it's cool that you met Aziz, but I do, it was just.
I mean, look, the problem is again, you can't. It's. I think as I'm getting older, you realize that time is a pretty finite resource.
Oh, totally.
So if you're coming in and just wasting 20 minutes of my evening with whatever the fuck you're talking about, then I'm not gonna get it back, right?
Yeah, it's just. And I don't want to be, it's not about being mean. It's just like, hey, I'm here. You've got all of these questions. It's not really why I'm here. I'm talking to other people already.
I would like to direct you to episode number 5 of the podcast.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, dude, look, here are my socials. Come to some shows. I'm having a chat. You're welcome to be here, but wanting to tell your own stories right now when you've just joined a conversation with people you don't know, it's like, you're not there yet.
Yeah,
you have to ingratiate yourself in a group of people you've just met. Come on.
It's true. That's what it is. And if you gotta also just fucking have some social skills.
I know, right?
Just fucking read the room.
And look, I'll say it's not just men. I've had women recently as well just try and hijack. There'll be 4 comedians and she'll just question about the scene, question about this. Oh, so are you gonna be funny tonight? Ooh.
Are they trying to fuck somebody, or are they just
not just no, they're not trying to fuck anybody.
Trying to be part of the conversation, I guess.
Yeah. I like how you're the woman is the one that's trying to
No, because the guy as well, he was coming in there and he's like, let me tell you how to do comedy. Wow, now we can fuck.
It's imagine walking into a group of doctors, medical doctors, and being like, oh yeah, well I once saw a car accident and I came over and I watched these, the stranger do CPR, and it's you know what? Anyone can save a life, not just doctors. And then telling them the doctors also about how they've used a knife to, I don't know, it's just what are you doing?
Yeah, I guess again it's to be honest with you, this is why there's green rooms. Look at us stuck in
look at us
we have to segregate ourselves from the plebs.
Dickheads.
No, but the point is
but it is why.
no, but it's also the fact that you're in a bar, so I guess this is going to happen because this is what happens in bars. So in one way, it's also. I mean, if you don't want to get interrupted, go to another bar, right? Go to a more private thing. Oh, but also, we just had a show there. But the point is also, I think, the comedy just doesn't get that much respect.
No, it doesn't.
People are just
we're not medical doctors in anybody's mind. Yeah. The comparison
just a quick reminder to everybody, we're not medical doctors, professionals here.
Probably wasn't the best comparison.
That's fine. But going back to just people kind of coming in and giving you advice, for love life and what you need. Always look at the person. That's what I'm thinking. What are your qualifications here? Are you again? Is your life in shambles? Then maybe give yourself some advice. Look in the mirror and give yourself some advice.
It happens so quickly that these people do that. It happens so quickly. All of a sudden, they're telling me what to do, and it's how did this flip, man? How did this flip from we're just chatting about comedy and life and what we're doing to you telling me, I'm not complaining. I'm saying I'm having, I've actually said nothing about how wonderful my current love life is.
Is that what it just came out of nowhere?
It came out of fucking nowhere.
It's just projection. I mean, look, and I've said this before, with this kind of people, you just have to limit contact. Because you can kind of tell who they are.
Yeah,
You
well, it's
can
not
know
like
there.
it's not like they're
They're that
around me a
present.
lot, but
But even worse, we don't even see each other that well. And you start giving me advice on what to do in my love life. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
get the fuck out of here. Oh man.
Yeah. All right, I feel like we've kind of gone down a ranty.
A ranty, angry.
Yeah.
Where I don't think like we are generous in how we give our time, and we're nice people, and I think we
I think people just need to kind of like stay in their lane.
Yeah, right. I think the scene that's building in Berlin though is full of friendship and support. Like there's a lot, like the newer comics of the last year and a half or year, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But there's a culture that's starting that's not like there was an old culture in the scene of like cutting people down and you're punching above your weight. You shouldn't be doing this or this.
Yeah.
And there's a really lovely culture developing in the scene. Of people really supporting each other, and I'm hopeful of a point where we're really going to be building a cooperative.
I mean, the problem is
city venue, allowing encouraging everybody to get in there and giving people as many opportunities and supporting, and that's exciting.
But also the point is like a lot of these people that had these rules set up, they're still in the same place. They haven't progressed at all. Like the people that were, well, no, you should do things like this. Okay, I'm not gonna. If you ever give you advice, I'm gonna do the opposite. What do you say?
Yeah, the problem is like some of the advice. Yeah, I got given advice to never do material after the last comedian, and I usually don't. But if I feel like there's one joke that fits, or if I feel like the last comedian it didn't end quite with the same bang that I wanted, or that it had been going, hey, I'll do it. But since this comedian told me never do material after the last comedian, I have not, because it's even though when they said that to me, I was like, rules are there to be broken.
Yeah.
And I think there are times when that should be, but since they said that, I have like it's traumatized me. Like it's I feel I'm scared to do it.
Really? No.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, look, man, you shut the fuck up. You're not running shows.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I'm running my show the way I want.
Yeah. Also,
what's your? Can you keep your advice? And again, think about it. It's always some incel.
Incels who get laid, but incels who get laid, but who do get laid. Yeah.
But the thing is, like people worry. They need to worry more about their own stuff.
Yeah, they do. Giving advice. Yeah, a lot of people are asking me for advice at the moment. Like a lot of the new comics that are coming up that are starting to host and wanting. And when they ask me for advice, then I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
But I'm still very careful of how I give it, because in no way do I ever want to. I never want anyone to feel like I'm critiquing what they're doing.
Right.
Ever. I mean, unless they do something fucking god awful, then of course I'll be like, you want some advice?
The beauty of comedy is like, if people are not laughing, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. Boom. Easy.
Boom.
Easy peasy.
And then like a lot of the, like I said, the older generation comics, they tend to have like the ideas of this is how things are. I remember like the first piece of advice that I got, I was like, oh man, you should wait 4 years into your comedy career until you start a Facebook page.
4 years is what they said.
I was like, you are a moron. Shut the fuck up. Never give me asking. And then I started a Facebook page. Like I was like 3 months into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what? Who made this rule? Why?
Because there's no rule. Like if it's just it's a paving stone for where you want to go.
Even the stuff
you might not get any followers. That's okay.
I mean, even like I was talking to Bruno recently, right? The new guy is like, you shouldn't start a mic until you're 2 years.
My intern.
Is your intern?
He's my intern.
Yeah. So you shouldn't start a mic until you're two years in. I was like, bro, if you want to do start a mic.
Dude, yeah. Who told him that?
Yeah.
Who told him?
I think there was a couple of the
old generation
comedians. Yeah. Should even like last year generation. A lot of poor like, hey man, just waited.
Really? Yeah. I'd say. Well, when they asked me, I was like, look, it's gonna be tough. You're hosting. It's gonna be tough. But
just do it. Figure it out. The faster you get on more stage time, the better.
Exactly. The faster you're getting more stage time.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh man, we got really deep into the comedy scene.
Yeah, we got fun.
There's like.
But we started off with a lot of anal though. So
there was a lot of anal.
So I think it kind of evens out. There was a lot of anal and porn, and then it kind of trickled down into like, then the shit trickled.
The shit trickled out, exactly. It became dirty anal. And now our dicks are covered in shit. Shit covered dicks.
Doo-doo, baby.
Doo-doo. It's doo-doo, baby.
Steve Chappelle is coming out in the new special on the 5th.
Oh, is it?
Of October, yeah.
Ooh.
Let's figure out. I think it's the last out of that payment for Netflix that because they bought like they've given like 70 million for like 4 or 5 specials or something.
Mm-hmm, it's the last installment.
The last one, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I haven't been able to watch anything for.
I've only watched
for a month. No, for a month because I haven't had Wi-Fi.
I
so
see.
I have not consumed any videos.
Really?
Except like short clips on Instagram.
How do you
for
feel
over
about
a month. Like I've been riding my bike and having like fun memories of. Did you watch Black as Fuck? Black AF?
No, I didn't. I haven't had a chance.
Dude, it's having like fun memories of shows or like working mums.
Oh, that's
which is
fun.
interesting.
That's
like,
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, like it's weird that they were also a part of my. I don't know, having memories of shows. It's weird having things come up, but I feel there's a clarity in not
Detox.
in not consuming any
Media. Yeah,
media. Like, of course, I'm constantly on my phone because I'm marketing shows, and then it's like, oh, try and write a joke, and then it's like, oh, dick, and then it's like, friends. But nothing like sitting down and watching something for half an hour. Like when I eat dinner, for example, it's just me and my food, or I might have a book. I'm reading the shortest history of Germany, so I'm, the Romans and
that's good. It's good that you can pull stuff out of there. Hence the phalanx.
Exactly. What was that?
The phalanx. You had a joke about like the phalanx, phalanx.
Phallus.
Phalanx. Or
Phalanx, phalanx. I didn't get that actually. Okay, so I've got a new bit, but about spears.
Yeah, I thought it basically was a Roman thing.
Ah, okay.
I thought that came from there. Maybe picked up in the.
Okay, that's a deep reference that would not help explain spears. And the bit actually worked really well last night. The film reference thing. Without giving away my jokes on my podcast. Oh my god. Okay, so this podcast is going to have a live recording on the 24th of October at the Comedy Cafe Berlin.
This is the podcast...
Podfest that Daniel Stern is putting up. So I'm going to do a live recording. It's the 24th, Sunday the 24th at 10:30 p.m. Got the late night greasy spot.
That's pretty good. Should be. It's a Saturday or what day is it?
It's a Sunday.
Oh, it's Sunday, even better.
Yeah. So tickets getting sold for that. I've got to decide who I want to get on the podcast.
Okay.
So if you have any ideas, let me know. 24th. Sunday the 24th.
Am I available then? Maybe.
Well, let's sit based on that. All right. Do you wanna say anything?
Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on all the social media. Send me sex toys.
Yeah, man. I want people to send me sex toys.
Give a PO box and send sex toys.
Some of my fans.
Unused, ideally.
Or you can always send
or even better, used.
Used, yeah. I want to smell.
Send them covered in shit.
I actually did I mention I have fans invite me to Kit Kat?
Okay, that's good. Are they going to pay for the ticket?
I don't know, but they're both in their 50s.
Wow.
Yeah. So shout out to Mario and Maria.
Yay.
I don't know if I want to go to Kit Kat.
Guys, pay for the ticket. Pay for the ticket.
Pay for the ticket and know that I probably will try and have sex where you can't see me because it's just I don't know.
Pay for the ticket and have no expectations.
It's it's a bit like OnlyFans, like having a podcast fan invite you to Kit Kat and then pay for the ticket. It's like I'd feel like a sex worker, which is. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think I don't look if they're paying for a club, it's probably nothing is implied. But if they're paying for a Kit Kat, it's like I don't know. Is there something implied there?
Dude, 100%.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think so. Kit Kat is definitely more implied. Is that we're gonna go to Kit Kat then? No.
Dude, when people go to Kit Kat, the idea is let's watch. You're gonna watch people have sex, and you're probably gonna try and have sex yourself.
Right.
You go to Kit Kat with someone that you maybe want to have sex with.
Right. Makes sense.
Like if Colombian Carl invited me to Kit Kat, I'd be like, no.
Okay.
Because I don't want to have sex with Carl. So it's like I would only go unless he was like, we'll go with my partner or another girlfriend. That it's like, cool. You guys will be doing that over there. But it's still like I don't want to watch friends that I don't want to have sex with.
Have sex.
Interesting.
That's a whole new.
That's a whole new thing.
That's a whole new thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Only bangs.
Let's wrap it up here. It's been super fun. Awesome to have you again, Dragos.
Good to be here. Yeah. See you in the next one. Yeah. Good luck.
See you very soon.
Good luck with your sexual exploration.
Oh yeah. I gotta get back. I gotta get my fingers back inside me, and get back on the G strain. The G strain. Yeah. Well, I wanna come without any clitoral stimulation from my G spot again. So I still need to figure that out.
Goals. We all need them.
All right, that's been Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Thank you, and see you next time.
Peace
Bye.
out.